Well, hey there. Happy Wednesday evening. And welcome to Retro Rocket Live, where we do our best to have a little fun with history and all things nostalgic. You can catch us live normally each Sunday evening and sometimes, like tonight, on Wednesday evenings at 7 p.m. Eastern and 4 p.m. Pacific time. We do have an awesome Canvas Clue show for you tonight with 3 fresh new categories, all rolled up into one educational game show. Watch our robots paint, listen to my clues, and y'all make your guesses as we will first count down the top 20 TV sitcoms of the 1960s. That should be pretty fun. And then we will pay tribute to a star recently passed with top 20 Gene Hackman movies. And finally, we will be challenged as we learn all about the top 20 famous sculptures through history. So that might be our hardest round. And if y'all stick around, we may just have a bonus round available if there are any of those hardcore enthusiasts hanging around later on. Now, please do check in the chat. Say hello. Feel free to comment. If I see questions coming in, I will do my best to address those as we go. I see Arena's in the house. Hopefully the rest of the gang will be trickling in no time. So let's fire up those robots and get this game on the road. Let no grass grow. Hey, Rhombus. Okay, you know the rules. Robots paint, you guess. I give some clues along the way. Our first category tonight is top 20 TV sitcoms of the 1960s. This first one's kind of fun. I haven't thought about this show in a while. This sitcom is set in San Juan, Puerto Rico. The main character has an extraordinary ability due to her unique attire. The show starred a future Academy Award-winning actress. That's right, little did they know what a big actress she would become. The protagonist belongs to a convict, but often finds herself airborne. This is a funny show. Funny concept for a show. The character's flying ability is due to a combination of her lightweight frame and a specially designed habit. Specially designed habit. There you go, Rhombus. Good job. Yes, indeed. This is the Flying Nun. Sally Field, who played the Flying Nun, later described the role as both a blessing and a burden in her acting career. I think she had a hard time breaking out of that role. Everybody loved her as that so much. She had a hard time playing serious roles after that. All right, well, I remember watching reruns of this one as a kid. Or maybe they were first run. I guess they were probably first run. This series involves a visitor from another planet living incognito on Earth. The alien uses his antenna to perform unusual feats. I guess that'd be antennae. The show's premise blends comedy with light sci-fi elements. The alien's real name is XGS 12 and a half. I don't remember that. But he's simply called Uncle Martin. You remember this one? Uncle Martin. I don't remember that other name. Exegius 12 and a half. He lived with a newspaper reporter who tries to keep his identity a secret. All these sitcoms back then, you had to keep the crazy identity secret. There you go, Rhombus. You're getting them. You need all the clues, but you're getting them. My favorite Martian. Ray Walston and Bill Bixby. I don't know if you remember, it was Bill Bixby starred as the Martian and his human companion. There you go. That was number 19. Number 18. Now this, I kind of like this show. Madow's in the house. What's going on, man? The show features a pair of identical cousins. I watched this. One cousin is proper and cultured, while the other is fun and free-spirited. I think one talks with a British accent, one's American. Both roles are played by the same actress. The show's theme song highlights their differences, from taste in food to social habits. I can't remember the song. I wish I could. I'm gonna have to Google that afterwards. Or I guess we don't Google things anymore. I tend to grok them. I don't know if you guys use grok or not, but I tend to grok things. Anybody know who this is? 1963 to 1966. Anybody remember? Same actress played both parts. Both cousins. This was the Patty Duke show. Patty Duke. That's not familiar to anybody, Patty Duke. She was in a bunch of stuff after that. Patty Duke's real-life struggle with bipolar disorder made dual roles even more impressive. She was a natural. Let's get it dark. Gotta have to do some research on that subject. Number 17. A city couple relocates to the countryside. I can't really see it yet. The husband embraces farm life, while the wife misses the city. The show's theme song humorously highlights the characters' differing lifestyles. Farm living is the life for me. I just adore the city lights. Something like that. Yeah, Google that song. You get it. It's a rural spin-off of another popular 60s sitcom. The husband often finds himself at odds with his eccentric neighbors. There you go, Rhombus. You got it. Who are the actors? Anybody remember the actors? Green Acres is the correct answer. It ran all the way from 1965 to 1971, the late 60s. Anybody remember the actors? And, you know, it was actually a spin-off from Petticoat Junction, who does not make an appearance on our show tonight. One of my favorites. Eddie Albert and Ava Gabor, not Zsa Zsa. This was Ava. Ava. All right, I know you know the next one. I know you know. I know you know. A macabre but fun-loving family lives in a spooky mansion. They embrace the bizarre and unusual as normal. Here's the key clue. The family's butler bears a striking resemblance to Frankenstein. Well, Stuart hasn't. But hang on to that one, Rhombus. That may show up. Remember this? A disembodied hand serves as one of the most helpful household members. Thing, right? They often clash with the outside world's more conventional attitudes. And yes, You have it. It is the Addams Family. You know, it only ran for 3 years. Did you know that? 1964 to 1966. The series popularized the iconic theme song with the finger snaps. Remember that? I can hardly snap my fingers. There you go. The series popularized the iconic theme song. Let's see. I think I said all that. All right. Moving on to number 15. We're doing most famous, most popular sitcoms of the 1960s. We're counting them down. This show is a spin-off from a popular rural sitcom. Another spin-off. The main character is a naive and good-natured Marine. Okay. His catchphrase, this is the key, Shazam! Shazam! And that became an iconic catchphrase. He constantly frustrates his no-nonsense drill sergeant. You guys remember this one? This is one of the ones that, started in black and white, and then the later series, the later filming was in color. The character first appeared on the Andy Griffith Show, but later became this spinoff. You remember the name of it? Anybody? How about the actor? The actor on I believe, the left. Anybody know? This is Gomer Pyle. Gomer Pyle. Yeah, it was actually called Gomer Pyle USMC. Hey, Jason. There you go. There you go. Jim Nabors was the actor who played Gomer. Yeah. Very good. He had the really deep voice, right? Jim Nabors was famous for singing the national anthem. Well, I know you know this one too. A poor family suddenly becomes wealthy after finding oil. This is one of the more popular ones. They move from the Ozarks to a luxurious California mansion. Wildly popular show. Their rural customs clash hilariously with the high society life. There you go. Ty's in the house. Hey, Ty, Jason, Rhombus, Stuart. Good to see all you guys. I know Arena's in here somewhere too. The family's patriarch is Jed Clampett. The show's theme song tells their rags to riches story. Yes, it does. The Beverly Hillbillies is correct, you guys. Everybody's getting it. Buddy Ebsen. There you go. What was that show? Buddy Ebsen went on to do like a detective or something show, didn't he? What was that called? I can't remember what that was called. But yes, Beverly Hillbillies is the correct answer. The show was one of the most watched TV programs in the 1960s, topping the Nielsen ratings for 2 straight seasons. There you go. It ran from 62 to 71, so good long run, 10-year run. Wow. There you go. Doctor's in the house. The cement pond. Yes. Go watch Ellie getting some sun at the cement pond. All right. I know you know this one too. A comedy set in a German POW camp during World War II. The prisoners constantly outwit their bumbling captors. I know nothing. The camp's commander, Colonel Klink, is both stern and clueless. I've got the clues. Looks like Rhombus got it first. Doctor was right behind. The prisoners secretly run sabotage missions from the camp. That's right. Every show would be these different sabotage missions. The show's tagline: "If you like World War II, you'll love Hogan's Heroes." I guess that's kind of funny. If you like World War II. Hogan's Heroes is, of course, correct. Despite the comedic premise, many of the show's actors were Jewish and had fled Nazi persecution. There you go. That's interesting. Oh, you mean the commander and the sergeant? Yeah, that's interesting. That's interesting. Number 12. Okay, now this one's a little more obscure. I never watched this show. Maybe because it was early. It was 1959 to 1963. So I would have been very young. One of the first sitcoms to focus on teenage life. The lead character is a lovesick high schooler. Sounds like a good premise. Sergeant Schultz. Jason's got all the info. His best friend Maynard is a beatnik. This is Bob Denver making his debut. Maynard, played by Bob Denver, later is known for another show. Yes, he is. There you go. Doctor. I like that answer, Ty. 21 Jump Street. That was only like 25 years later. Maybe not that. Maybe not that long. Close to that. The show's portrayal of teen angst and romance was ahead of its time. Yes, later on, every show was about that. This was one of the first TV shows to break the fourth wall, with Dobie speaking directly to the audience. And it was actually called The Many Loves of Dobie Gillis. The Many Loves of Dobie Gillis. There you go. All right, I got this one, I think, in rerun. This was 61 to 63 now. So this is going back. Black and white only. Yeah, he was a beatnik. Definitely. This follows the comedic misadventures of two New York City cops. The title comes from their radio call sign. One cop is bumbling but good-hearted, while the other is more competent. Yeah, he played a beatnik, which is a little different than a hippie. It's pre-hippie. A beatnik is pre-hippie. The comedic situations often arise from their ineptitude rather than crime. The show's catchy theme song detailing their patrol area. I really don't remember this, but does anybody remember this? Yeah, it's Herman Munster. He was in it. I forget what's that gentleman's name. Oh, his name is Fred Gwynn, right? Fred Gwynn. The show's humor was heavily based on the contrasting personalities of the two main characters, played by Fred Gwynn and Joe E. Ross. And I stumped you on that one. It is Car 54, Where Are You? You remember that? That's what the lady always would say over the radio. Car 54, where are you? All right, number 10. We're halfway home. A groundbreaking sitcom that blended home and work life. It is set in New Rochelle, New York. And it's also set in a Manhattan TV office. It follows a comedy writer balancing his career and his family. It features the talented Mary Tyler Moore as the writer's wife. Yeah, that's Mary. That's Mary. What was the show? What was the first show she was huge in? It ran for quite a while, 1961 to 1963. And it's famous for its witty dialogue and physical comedy, including iconic Ottoman trip. I don't know what that means. The iconic Ottoman trip. There you go, Todd. You got it. You think it's my Starlink or you think it's yours? Mine's showing okay transmission, so I don't know. Hopefully it'll work out. Maybe it's your internet. We're gonna cross our fingers. Let's get myself back up higher in the picture here. Next up now, I remember watching this one. This is a little more obscure. It wasn't the most popular. 1965 to 1967, but it was a cool show, sitcom. A comedy set in a fictional army fort after the Civil War. The troop's commanding officer is famously incompetent. The fort's Native American allies are just as hapless as the soldiers. There you go, Doctor! Known for its slapstick humor and running gags about cavalry life. The show often parodied Western tropes, poking fun at military life. The opening credits changed slightly between seasons, including a different fate for the falling soldier. I don't know what that means. But yeah, they had quite the ensemble cast in this. F Troop is, of course, correct. F Troop. You guys got it. Yeah, Murray, Amsterdam. How about that? Yeah, you got it. All right. I'm sure you know this one. A suburban housewife just happens to be a witch. She often tries to solve problems with magic, despite her husband's objections. The character's signature move is wiggling her nose to cast spells. Of course. Rhombus, I think you got it first. Seems like the internet's working okay. Hey, Stuart, Maddow, Doctor. Her quirky relatives frequently cause magical mayhem. I like that. Samantha and Darren's marriage is an ongoing battle between normalcy and supernatural chaos. Elizabeth Montgomery's nose twitch became one of TV's most iconic gestures. That's right, the mother-in-law. Oh my gosh, yeah, Ken Berry, very good. Very good. Okay, well, I'm glad we're back in business. Bewitched, of course, 1964 to 1972. We went through two Darrens, though, right? We went through two Darrens. Darn it. Didn't the first one develop an alcohol problem or something? Can't remember. Yeah, right. Dr. Bombay. That's out of the blue. That's good. Well, you know this one. Bet you forgot it, though. A parody of the spy genre created by comedy legends Mel Brooks and Buck Henry. So they're the ones who created this show. The bumbling secret agent always seems to luck his way to success. Famous for gadgets like the shoe phone and the cone of silence. Correct. Doctor! Agent 99 is his competent and patient partner. She was good looking, huh? Barbara Feldman. Yeah. Their nemesis is the evil organization. Who are the bad guys? What's the organization called? You guys remember? Of course, Don Adams plays Maxwell Smart. Yeah, I want a shoe phone too. Do you remember the catchphrase, "Would you believe? Would you believe?" Gotta remember that. But who were the bad guys? Anybody remember the organization? It was classic. Nobody does. Chaos. Chaos. Those were the bad guys, right? Chaos. That's a pretty fun show. The cartoon had a longer run, I think, later. All right, number 6. One of the first sitcoms to focus on a single independent working woman. The protagonist is an aspiring actress in New York City. Remember that story? If I tell you who the actress is, you're going to know it. The show broke ground by depicting a young woman with career ambitions. You are correct. You are correct. You guys are cracking me up. Yes, that girl is correct. Who is the lead actress? You guys remember? She described the character as a role model for women pursuing their dreams. It was a modern girl. Remember, she always had the kind of mod outfit. Her dress is like big yellow and white squares. Oh, is that what I'm remembering? Dick Sargent, yeah. Mrs. Phil Donahue. Very good. Mrs. Phil Donahue is correct. Standing! Thank you for giving us the correct answer. Doctor is more obscure. All right, this one's too easy, but we'll do it anyway. Number 5. A beautiful genie is discovered by an astronaut on a deserted island. Despite her power, she often complicates rather than helps. She was mischievous. She calls her master, Master. I'd like to be called Master. And lives in a bottle. And that's convenient too. Remember they used to lock her into the bottle? But now I had that one fast. I think he knew it was coming. He knew it was coming. Major Nelson often finds himself in hot water because of Genie's magic. And let's see, who's got the actress? Anybody's got the actress yet? Ooh, who played Genie? Who played I Dream of Genie? and get this is kind of an interesting fact that she actually had to wear less revealing costumes each year as the program kept getting renewed. They kept making her put less and less skimpy outfits, more and more modest outfits. Barbara Eden is correct. Very good. Very good, Doctor. All right, we're down to the top 4. Number 4. This one is set in the small fictional town of, it's in North Carolina. I'm not going to tell you the name of the town. You're going to have to get the name of the town. The protagonist is a wise, level-headed sheriff. A little hard to see right now. Robots are going a little abstract. His bumbling but lovable deputy constantly causes trouble. The show is famous for its gentle humor and heartwarming stories. There you go. You got both things. Doctor and Andy Griffith is the show, the Andy Griffith Show, and Mayberry is indeed the town. And there was a later show, right? Speaking of, wasn't it Ken Berry? No. Who was in the later show? Mayberry RFD. Maybe that was Ken Berry. The whistling theme song is instantly recognizable. And of course, Ron Howard, who played the young Opie, grew up to be an acclaimed actor and film director. There you go. This is how Ron Howard got his start. Andy Griffith Show. Ran from 1960 to 1968. There you go. Number 3. Didn't realize it was so highly regarded. Can't tell what it is yet. No. It's a family of classic horror monsters that lives in a suburban neighborhood. They believe they are completely normal, despite their bizarre appearance. The father resembles Frankenstein, while the mother is a vampire. The show's humor stems from the contrast between their creepy looks and their wholesome personalities. Now, yeah, you guys got it. Maybe Rhombus was first. Hey, and Jaws in the house. Jaws, got it? Standing, or is that ya or ja? Ja or ya? We'll go with both. We'll use both. Alex is in the house. What's going on, man? So which came first, Addams Family or Munsters? Whose idea was it first? I don't know. I like Jason's giving us lots of extra info. Appreciate that. You learn something every day on Retro Rocket Live. Fred Gwynn played Herman Munster. There you go. The Munsters. According to the Robots, the third most popular 1960s sitcom. We're down to the last 2. This is certainly one of my favorites. Can't remember if this started in black and white and changed to color or not. But this is about 7 castaways. They're stranded on a deserted tropical island. The group includes a movie star, a professor, and a millionaire couple. 3-hour tour, a 3-hour tour. The weather started getting rough. The tiny ship was tossed. If not for the courage of the fearless crew, the minnow would be lost. The minnow would be lost. Very good. Ah, yes. The show's theme song changed slightly after the first season to include the Professor and Marianne. That's right. The Professor and Marianne here on Gilligan's Isle. Can't quite hold that last note. Gilligan's Island is indeed current. Yeah, Mayberry RFD was Kidberry, hey? That's correct. Barney Fife, of course. Ronnie Howard. Little Ronnie Howard. All right, now this is a little interesting. The number one is going to be a little bit, let's see if I can trick you. Lucille Ball stars as a widow trying to manage life and work. Not what you were expecting. Her comedic mishaps often involve her best friend and coworker. Now that lady is the same one from the first show. The show follows her character's transition from homemaker to working woman. It is the successor to I Love Lucy and kept Ball's comedic genius alive on television. There you go. Yeah. So it was almost called that. Standing near, you know what? That's really close. But it actually was only called The Lucy Show. The Lucy Show. Which is interesting. But not I Love Lucy. That's a different thing. This is The Lucy Show. Lucille Ball became the first woman to run a major TV studio, Desilu Productions, during the show's run. Sabrina, she was the evil sister or twin. Was she a twin? or just the sister witch? Or was she a cousin? She's a cousin. Can't remember. Sister or cousin. Gladys Kravitz. Yes. Always trying to cause trouble. Definitely. Well, we appreciate all the extra information. Kind of added to the ground. Make sure you're here for all of that. Are you an aficionado of the 60s or of all television? Very good. Very good. All right. Well, you guys knew all those. Was that too easy? Maybe. Maybe a little too easy. Okay, we're going to do Gene Hackman next. You guys ready to do Gene Hackman? Well, you know the rules. Robots paint. You guess. I do give some clues along the way that may or may not be helpful. Here we go. Top 20 Gene Hackman movies. I gotta tell you, I don't think I saw this first one. Number 20. You know, when you're doing a 20 countdown, 2019 might be a little more obscure. This film is a buddy cop comedy with a comedic twist. Gene Hackman teams up with a Saturday Night Live alum. The plot centers around solving a murder while dealing with a detective's personality disorder. Sounds interesting. The film's tone blends action with slapstick humor. So this is a comedy. Is that Dan Aykroyd? Dan Aykroyd. It looks like Dan Aykroyd. The film's Hackman's character is a hard-nosed cop forced to work with an eccentric partner. Anybody remember this movie? Gene Hackman, man. There he is on the left. That's Gene. Despite its mixed reception, the film shows Hackman's ability to balance comedy with his signature grit. So you remember it? What's it called? Nobody knows. Loose Cannons. Loose Cannons. Sound familiar now? Google that. There we go. Number 19. Number 19. A tense Cold War thriller involving political conspiracy. Hackman plays a tough army sergeant tasked with escorting a prisoner. The plot thickens when the prisoner escapes, leading to a deadly game of cat and mouse. The film features a young Tommy Lee Jones. Oh, that must be Tommy on the right. It highlights themes of betrayal within the military. The movie's intricate plot and Hackman's commanding presence make it an underrated gem. So when we figure out what this is, it's an underrated gem. Oh boy, I hope my internet's not doing too badly. We'll see. This is called The Package. This is called The Package. The Package. We're down to number 18. Hopefully we'll get the internet going. A classic disaster film featured a capsized luxury liner. Who remembers that story? Hackman plays a fiery and determined reverend. That's right, he's the reverend. The survivors must navigate the upside down wreckage. So that's the whole movie is about the upside down boat underwater. And the big sexy part is Shelley Winters swimming underwater. You remember that? Known for its groundbreaking special effects at the time. It's one of the most iconic disaster films of the 1970s. Stuart has it. Very good. I remember, I don't know how old I was, but I definitely saw this. Well, 72, I'd have been, I don't know, 14 or something. 13 or 14. It's one of the most iconic disaster films of the 1970s, and the Poseidon adventure is correct. The film's success sparked a wave of disaster movies throughout the decade. It did. It was the first one. It was the first one. There you go. All right. Well, we're still in the obscure ones, but we're getting there. Number 17. A moving drama about love, loss, and midlife crisis. Doesn't sound like normal Gene Hackman. Hackman plays a man who leaves his longtime wife for a younger woman. It's a story of family upheaval and personal growth. The film co-stars Anne Margaret and Ellen Burstyn. Anybody remember this one? What this one's called? The title actually makes sense. Man in a midlife crisis leaves his wife for a younger woman. Hackman's performance is heartfelt and nuanced, portraying vulnerability. The film explores the complexity of relationships and the consequences of life-changing decisions. Anybody remember the name, though? 1985. Does that help? Quick, Google. Gene Hackman, 1985. It's called Twice in a Lifetime. Twice in a Lifetime. All right. Now, this next one, he was in a supporting role, not in a starring role. Well, I don't know if I'd say that. I guess maybe he was starring too. It's a comedy that explores family, identity, and social norms. Hackman plays a conservative senator caught in a cultural clash. His daughter's engagement to a young man from a gay family sparks the chaos. Ah, that's right. So here's the key. Robin Williams and Nathan Lane star as the groom's unconventional parents. So this was the movie that he starred with Robin Williams and Nathan Lane. Hackman's comedic performance contrasts with his usual tough guy roles. Rhombus! Standing! There you go. The movie's dinner scene is a masterclass in comedic timing and awkward humor. Yeah, that's worth rewatching, that scene. Yes, The Birdcage is correct. 1996. I have a different one for Gene Hackman. We need to get into the serious, regular old Gene Hackman movie. Here we go. Number 15. A regular Gene Hackman movie. A gritty Western where Hackman plays a ruthless gunslinger. His character, Herod, rules a small town with an iron fist. The plot revolves around a dueling competition that he orchestrates. I'm remembering this now. This one has a twist. Stuart! Rhombus! Okay, now Rhombus, you beat him. You did. You both got it, though. So, who were the other actors in this? Who were the other key actors? Who played the woman that was the gunslinger? Hackman's villainous presence adds weight to the film's dark tone. Yeah, it wasn't bad. Leo's correct. And who played the woman? Anybody know? Anybody remember who played the woman? She looked good in this one. Let me tell you. Good looking lady in this one. This was directed by Sam Raimi. The movie's dynamic camera work and intense shootouts make it visually striking. Yeah, Sharon Stone, Quick and Dead. Matt, I think you had it first there. There you go. All right, now I never even heard of this next one. This is all the way back in 1988. But you guys may have. It's a Vietnam War drama that was based on a true story. Hackman plays an Air Force colonel stranded behind enemy lines. That starts to sound familiar. He relies on a recon pilot, played by Danny Glover, for rescue. The story is a tense survival narrative with a focus on teamwork. Anybody remember what this one's called? 1988. Hackman's portrayal emphasizes his vulnerability and resilience. There you go, Stuart. You knew it. That is correct. Kind of an unusual name. I guess it stands for battalion, is that right? Bat 21. The film's title, Bat 21, refers to the colonel's call sign during the rescue mission. Oh. That's his call sign. There you go. Bat 21. Got it. That was number 14. Good movie. I can't remember it, so worth going back to see, I think. I need to write these things down because I don't remember. Like I have time to watch these movies. Between my garden this time of year and making the shows, I'm pretty busy. Number 13, a legal thriller based on a John Grisham novel. Hackman plays a ruthless jury consultant manipulating a high-profile trial. He faces off against Dustin Hoffman's idealistic lawyer. The movie centers on jury tampering and corporate corruption. All right, now we're into some meat and potato Gene Hackman stories. Jury tampering and corporate corruption. John Cusack and Rachel Weisz play pivotal roles in exposing Hackman's schemes. Hackman's a schemer in this one. Anybody remember the name of this? John Grisham novel. I think the name of the movie is the same as the novel, I think. It's one of the few films where Hackman and Hoffman share a scene despite both being iconic actors of the same generation. They never like to share a scene. The Firm's a good guess. Incorrect. It's a different one. This was called Runaway Jury. Runaway Jury. There you go. Runaway Jury. How soon we forget. All right, next one's pretty cool. Number 12. A tense submarine thriller set during a nuclear crisis. Hackman's character is a stern and unyielding submarine captain. Conflict arises when his second in command, played by Denzel, we like Denzel, questions his orders. That's right, Denzel says, I ain't doing that. There you go. There you go. You guys were all fooled. But Maddow knew. Maddow had the answer. The movie explores themes of authority, duty, and moral ambiguity. The escalating tension between Hackman and Washington drives the plot. Yeah, this is the one that's all about that. Crimson Tide is correct. Crimson Tide. Crimson Tide 1995. Hans Zimmer's powerful score adds to the film's intense atmosphere. Yeah, that was pretty intense. It was a good one. All right. I'm not going to give you too much of a clue here. Next one is another legal thriller. I think you can just guess again. A legal thriller adapted from another John Grisham bestseller. This is that one. Hackman plays Avery Toller, a seasoned lawyer in a shady firm. There you go. Rumbus. Now it's time for the firm. The protagonist is played by Tom Cruise, a young Tom Cruise. He uncovers the firm's dark secrets. Hackman's character is morally compromised, but somehow still sympathetic. The film explores corruption and moral costs of success. There you go, that's true. The Firm is correct. 1993, Hackman took a secondary billing to Tom Cruise, showcasing his willingness to support a younger star. What a guy. He let Tom Cruise have top billing. How about that? I don't know how old was Tom Cruise when he did that. He had probably in his 20s. What was Tom Cruise's first one there? You remember Risky Business? Risky Business. Remember what was it? Rebecca De Mornay. Rebecca De Mornay. Something like that. Anyway, okay, let's move on. Number 10. Halfway Home. A political thriller involving murder, espionage, and cover-ups. Hackman plays the Secretary of Defense entangled in a scandal. Secretary of Defense. Kevin Costner stars as a Navy officer caught in the conspiracy. I think we visited this one on Method Actors. I think we did. Hackman's character is powerful but deeply flawed. Deeply flawed. It is not 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, but I know where that is. I've been there. I haven't been in there, but I've been there. The movie's complex plot and unexpected ending left audiences buzzing. Everybody remember the name of the movie? Risky Business. That was a good one. There you go, Ty. You got it. No Way Out. Kevin Costner. 1987. 1987. Way back when. Let's go back even further. Now, you need to be very precise with this next answer. Okay? It's almost set. Because this is the sequel to Hackman's Oscar-winning role as Popeye Doyle. The plot follows Doyle's quest to catch a French drug smuggler. It is set in Marseille. It explores addiction and obsession. Hackman's portrayal is raw, unflinching, and intense. Oh, there you go. Stuart had the exact correct answer first. So that's good. Get all you guys, other guys on track. The film dives deeper into Doyle's personal struggles and vulnerabilities. Unlike the original, this sequel focuses more on character development than police procedural elements. I love those police procedurals. The French Connection 2 is correct. French Connection 2, Popeye Doyle. Popeye Doyle. Yeah, Stuart had it with the precisely correct answer. I kind of forgot about this next one. It's a sports drama about a small town high school basketball team. Cool. Hackman plays a tough, no-nonsense coach with a troubled past. Sounds like a good story. The story is about redemption and the power of teamwork. Ty walks the talk. Standing. That's spelling. Standing. Dennis Hopper received an Oscar nomination for his role as a recovering alcoholic assistant coach. Sounds like this team had some problems. Bad leadership. Hoosiers is correct. Hoosiers. All the way back in 1986. The movie is loosely based on the true story of Milan High School team that won the 1954 state championship. There you go. That's cool. It's a true story. We like that. Yeah. Not typing well and bad spell check is a part of this game. My poor pronunciation is a part of this game as well. And certainly my singing ability is a part of this game. Number 7. We're getting off track. I don't remember this one. The trick to this one is it's all the way back in 1974. And it's a psychological thriller centered around surveillance and paranoia. Now, that sounds like other ones that came later. Hackman plays Harry Caul, C-A-U-L, a surveillance expert consumed by guilt. Ty, how'd you know that? The story unfolds as he becomes obsessed with a recorded conversation. This is actually directed by Francis Ford Coppola. It explores themes of privacy and ethics. Hackman's portrayal of Caul's quiet desperation is haunting and compelling. Sounds pretty cool. I do not remember seeing this. This is right when I would have been really busy in high school, 16, 17 years old. There were other things on my mind. I don't know about you guys. Might have been other things on your mind. You were 16 or 17 in high school. The conversation is correct. Conversation. The film's exploration of surveillance feels eerily relevant even today. Yes, it does. And so does the next one. A high-tech thriller about government surveillance and conspiracy. Hackman plays a former NSA analyst who's gone off the grid. That's right. Such a cool concept. Yeah. The clues gave that one away pretty quick. Erwan's in the house. What's going on, man? Good to have you. We're doing tribute to Gene Hackman here. The film's portrayal of digital surveillance was ahead of its time. Hackman's role plays homage to his character from The Conversation. So it's kind of like loosely based on that. It was like, what happens next? Correct, Erwin. Yeah, Will Smith was in it, right? Will Smith's in it. Enemy of the State is correct. 1998. Very good. The movie's fast-paced and tense action sequences keep viewers on edge. Will Smith's character is uncover a deadly cover-up. Character uncovers a deadly cover-up. So, that was a cool movie. That's where you first got all the views of how they could, the computer could find anybody anywhere, right? Yeah. Will Slap Happy Smith. Exactly. We had Will's son on the fashion show last week. Number 5, an unusual one, 1978. A superhero classic where Hackman plays somebody. His character is a cunning mastermind obsessed with real estate schemes. The film stars Christopher Reeve, pre-accident, as the titular hero. Hackman's portrayal combines charm, wit, and villainy. Yes, Superman. And what was his character? What was his character? Who did he play? Anybody know? His humor and bravado make him a memorable antagonist. Hackman famously refused to shave his head. Hackman wouldn't shave for it. Very good. Yes, you guys are all correct. Lex Luthor, the guy from Garage. There you go. Lex Luthor is correct. All right, we're down to number 4. And now you'll know why I needed to be precise. A gritty crime thriller that earned Hackman his first Oscar. He plays Popeye Doyle, a relentless New York narcotics detective. The film's iconic car chase set a new standard for action scenes. That's right. It's based on a true story of drug smuggling between France and the U.S. There you go. You guys all got it. Erwin got it first. Stuart, Meadow, Rumbus. The car chase under the elevated train in Brooklyn is considered one of the best in film history. Yeah, the scenes on the underneath the elevated train in Brooklyn. Definitely. The French Connection. 1971, all the way back. 1971. Hackman's intense, unyielding performance is unforgettable. Gene Hackman. Gene Hackman. A little bit of a strange story on his death, but I think they figured it out. And there was no foul play. No foul play at hand. Which is good news. Okay, top 3. It's a little later, 2001. A quirky family drama directed by Wes Anderson. We got that. How about Wes Anderson movies? Let's do Wes Anderson movies. Is there 20 of them, though? I guess there probably is. Yeah, there certainly is. Let's do Wes Anderson. Sorry, little sidelight. Hackman plays a flawed but charming patriarch. His character attempts to reconnect with his estranged family during the plot. The ensemble cast includes Gwyneth Paltrow, Ben Stiller, and Owen Wilson. Very good. You guys know this. I think Ty got it first. Erwin. Yeah, Wes Anderson. I love the Wes Anderson aesthetic. I really do. It's awesome. Limited color scheme. That's a good one. I'm kind of wearing it. Am I wearing Wes Anderson? I don't know, a Wes Anderson thing. Hackman's performance blends humor, warmth, and self-centeredness. Hackman's portrayal earned him a Golden Globe for Best Actor in a Comedy. You are correct, Royal Tenenbaum. Royal Tenenbaum. We're down to the top two. Top two Gene Hackman films. Here we go. You can probably guess what they are without me even giving any clues. A dark, revisionist Western directed by Clint Eastwood. Hackman plays Sheriff Little Bill. I love that name. A brutal enforcer of the law. The film explores themes of justice, redemption, and moral ambiguity. Very good, very good. Erwin, you got it first. Erwin Madow Stewart. His portrayal of the ruthless sheriff won him an Oscar for Best Supporting Actor. The film won the Academy Award for Best Picture. Was this like the comeback of the Western? Didn't there go through a period where there weren't too many Westerns? And then Clint Eastwood did this kind of epic, and they kind of came back. It seems like that's the story. Hackman initially turned down the role because he disliked violent movies, but was persuaded by Eastwood's vision. There you go. Unforgiven, 1992. Yeah. Yeah, that was good. True. All right, number one. With a bullet. Gene Hackman movie. A gripping drama based on real civil rights investigations. Change gears here. Hackman plays an FBI agent sent to the South to investigate the disappearance of activists. But no! His character's pragmatic approach clashes with his younger partner's idealism. The film highlights racial tension and the fight for justice. Everybody's getting it. Madow had it first. The film's highlights racial tension and the fight for justice. Hackman's intense and nuanced performance earned him an Oscar nomination, but not a win. Yes, indeed, this is Mississippi Burning. Nice picture by the robots there. 1988. The film's powerful storytelling and strong performance made it a critical success. You guys knew most of those. I did. You knew more than I did. You definitely knew more than I did. I think I didn't always see Gene Hackman movies, but I like them all. Kind of sad he passed, but he was quite elderly, right? Wasn't he in his 90s? So there you go. Okay, well, you guys did know those pretty well. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. So now we're going to teach you something on the next one. All right, we're going to do 20 most famous sculptures through history. So I'll tell you, you're going to know half of them easy. You're gonna know them, and then the other half, you know, maybe there's somebody in the crowd that knows their historical sculptures, and we can count on them. We will see. You guys ready? Well, by now, I think you know the rules. The robots do the painting, you guys do the guessing. And I may give some clues along the way. So we'll see. The 20 most famous sculptures through history. So you can imagine they're going to start out a little hard. So we can guess all kinds of things, right? We can guess the name of the sculpture, we can guess the artist, we can guess the approximate time frame, where it is, I don't know. You can guess whatever you want. Tell me whatever you know. You're not going to know nothing on this first one. This Baroque masterpiece is located in a Roman church. So you know it's in Rome. Or, well, no, I guess it doesn't have to be in Rome. A Roman church, though. The sculpture depicts a moment of divine and spiritual awakening. The figure shown is a saint experiencing a vision. The sculptor masterfully combines sensuality with religious devotion. How about that? That's a trick. The work's dramatic lighting and emotional intensity define its era. All right, anybody have any clue? This is pretty famous. I've heard of it, but I wouldn't have been able to identify it. Bernini considered this work one of his greatest achievements, blending architecture, sculpture, and painting. It's called The Ecstasy of Saint Teresa. I didn't know saints had ecstasy. There you go. It's by Bernini. All right. Learn something every day. And I bet you know this one. An iconic representation of athletic grace from ancient Greece. The figure is captured in the midst of a powerful twisting motion. Well, there you go. There you go. That's the, in parentheses, name of this piece, Doctor. So we're going to give that to you. You don't know the Greek name. How about, this is old. This is old. Anybody know the original artist or the age of this thing? So originally it was cast in bronze. Most surviving versions are Roman copies. So the original may not be around. The athlete's pose demonstrates both tension and fluidity. The Saint of Ecstasy. That was weird. That was a weird title. You know, they were weird back then. This is, of course, the discus thrower, the disco bolus by the artist Myron in 450 BC. There you go, classical Greek. Classical Greek. Now, you know this one. This is one of the oldest and largest monolithic statues in the world. It combines the body of a lion with the head of a pharaoh. It is located on the Giza Plateau, guarding the pyramids. Thought to symbolize strength, wisdom, and royal power. All right, you guys know this one. But anybody got a more precise? It's not Cleopatra, but anybody have a more precise answer for me? I mean, the Sphinx is good, but it is the blank Sphinx of blank. The blank Sphinx of blank. And of course, nobody really knows the age of this thing, right? Yeah, it was originally a lion's head, Egyptians, yeah. Which pharaoh did they make it out to look like? Anybody know that? Not Tutankhamun. This is not Tut. Not King Tut. Tut. There you go, Rhombus. That's what I was looking for. The Great Sphinx of Giza. And the year that they say is 2500 BC. But some people think it's a lot older. And the pharaoh was, of course, Khafre, who supposedly was buried inside the pyramid, right? There you go. All right, now this one's tricky. That's what you guys need, is a tricky one. The first freestanding nude male sculpture since ancient times. So with the whole takeover of religion, they didn't allow them to do nude sculptures anymore. But this is the first one they did again. And it was in 1873. So you couldn't do any nude statues between ancient Greece and 1873. The figure is surprisingly contemplative rather than triumphant. It depicts a youthful hero after defeating a giant. Well, so that's a clue. Doctor, you know who it is? Any idea which artist it was? So this is not the David. This is a later David. It's the same David though, because it's the same David that killed the giant. Good guess, Stuart. Bronze David. Yeah, that's correct, I think. But that's not the artist. No, it's not a king. Was he a king? I don't think he was a king. This is Donatello's David. Donatello's David is considered groundbreaking for its lifelike portrayal and subtle sensuality. But you couldn't do it until 1873. There you go. All right, this next one's pretty famous. You should know this one. If you don't know this one, you get a penalty. Penalty shot. We could do this as a drinking game. Might get a little ugly on my end. An ancient Greek statue renowned for its missing arms. It portrays the goddess of love and beauty. Doctor, you were quick with that one. Currently displayed in the Louvre Museum in Paris. The flowing drapery adds a sense of motion to the marble figure. Oh, on the bottom, I guess there's some flowing drapery. Yeah, behind me. If I were to remove my picture. But we're not going to do that. Its enigmatic allure has fascinated art lovers for centuries. It was discovered on the Greek island of Milos. It remains one of the most celebrated sculptures of antiquity. Anybody know the year? I don't think they know who made it. But Venus de Milo is correct. And it was 100 BC. 100 BC. You gotta know the next one too. So you gotta know more than half. More than half. All right. Originally conceived as part of a larger work titled The Gates of Hell. I like that title, Gates of Hell. This iconic bronze figure is often seen in deep contemplation. The sculpture is renowned for capturing human introspection and struggle. Well, Erwin and Rhombus and Stuart, really the doctor is the closest. None of you have the exact title. But you're all over it. I think we could have to give it to you. How about the artist? Who knows the artist? Oh, Alex has it. not the way you spell it, Alex, but we always give you leeway on spelling. So we'll take it. The official title is called The Thinker. The Thinker. It was only in 1904 that this was created, so it's not that old. And the artist is Rodin, Rodin, R-O-D-I-N. So there you go. Maybe it's pronounced Rodin, though. I mean, Rodin sounds more familiar, right? There are over 20 casts of The Thinker around the world, but the original resides in the Rodin Museum in Paris. There you go. All right, this next one's pretty famous. I finally had to go to the Kleenex there. A colossal statue that overlooks a major South American city. Symbolizes peace and the Christian faith. This stands atop Corvocado Mountain, Corvocado Mountain, offering stunning views. This is one of the new 7 wonders of the world. Well, do people call it that? That's not the official name. Jesus of Brazil is not the official name, or Jesus of Rio. There you go, Rhombus. Rhombus with the exact correct answer. Now I need the artist. Who's got the artist? This was only made in 1931, so not that long ago. Christ the Redeemer is correct. One of the new 7 wonders. Outstretched arms span nearly 92 feet. They had to have a pretty big crossbeam there. Who knows the artist? The statue's construction involved collaboration between Brazilian engineer and a French sculptor. French. Paul Landowski. There you go. Doesn't sound French. Maybe it's just me. All right, this is one of the ones that does not exist anymore, unfortunately. And it was one of the original 7 wonders of the ancient world. It is a massive seated figure made of ivory and gold. That must have been cool. It depicted the king of the Greek gods, holding a scepter and a statue of Nike. So he was actually holding a little statue of Nike. There you go. It once was housed in the Temple of Zeus at Olympia, Greece. It was destroyed in antiquity. Only descriptions and artist reconstructions remain. So yes, this is Zeus. Anybody want to give a guess as to the official name or who they say the artist is? This is all the way in BC, 435 BC, 435. Yeah, it is Zeus. I think Doctor might have had it first. Buddy Christos. Buddy Christos. Yeah, the statue of Zeus at Olympia is the correct answer, and Phidias was the artist. Learn something every day on Retro Rocket Live. The statue is 40 feet tall. All right. Number 12. You might know this one. I give it a 50-50. Also known as the Winged Victory of Samothrace. It depicts the Greek goddess Nike in a dynamic striding pose. So I'm giving you all the pieces here. You got to put the name together now. The drapery appears windswept, enhancing the sense of motion. It was discovered on a Greek island of Samothrace. Currently displayed at the Louvre Museum. Kind of looks like Valkyrie. Nike is, of course, correct, but it's Nike of, and this is all the way back at 190 BC. So this is like the mainstream Greek. What would we call that? The height of the Greek Empire. Nike of Samothrace, of course. The sculpture once stood on the prow of a ship. Did you know that? Bet you didn't know that. All right. This one's kind of interesting. It's a dramatic marble group depicting a tragic mythological event. A tragic mythological event. Shows a priest, his son struggling against sea serpents. Sounds like a tough situation. Represents agony, struggle, and the inevitability of fate. An exceptional example of Hellenistic, that's what we were looking for, the height of Hellenistic sculpture, emotional realism. The emotional realism of Hellenistic sculpture is displayed here. It was discovered in Rome in 1506 and displayed in Vatican museums. So somebody took it to Rome. They liked it. Release of the Kraken is a nice name. Anybody know? So the death of Percy Jackson, it kind of looks like that. So it's hard to pronounce. Leo Kuhn and His Sons is the name of the sculpture. And it was made in 40 BC. And then they took it to Rome and they found it there in 1506. There you go. Height of Hellenistic sculpture. All right, next one's easy. Except I'm going to ask for the artist. Carved into granite cliff in South Dakota. This features the faces of 4 iconic U.S. presidents. 4 for now. 1 more coming. Symbolizes the nation's founding growth, preservation, and development. It took over 14 years to complete. The presidents depicted are Washington, Jefferson, Lincoln, and who else? Who did I miss? I named 3. Mount Rushmore is correct, of course. Maybe Erwin got it first. Mount Rushmore in South Dakota is correct. Anybody know who the artist is? Or who the 4th? Washington, Jefferson, Lincoln, and Putin. Putin's next. This is the alternative future where Russia takes over the United States and Putin becomes the president of the United States. Roosevelt is correct. Correct you are. Over 400 workers helped sculpt the monument in enduring harsh conditions. Okay, there you go. Now this one's famous, but that doesn't mean we're going to get it. A Renaissance masterpiece depicting the Virgin Mary cradling Jesus. Sounds important. It was carved from a single block of Carrara marble. Carrara marble. It is located in St. Peter's Basilica, Vatican City. Probably the most famous sculpture in Vatican. Oh, you knew it. Doctor! Doctor! Who's the artist? Vatican should be the main clue. It's the only work of ever signed, and he etched his name on this. He etched his name across Mary's sack. Yes, correct. Stuart. Doctor had the name of the piece, and Stuart has the artist. King's in the house. Good to see you, King. King's all here. The Pieta, Michelangelo, 1498. Well, actually, it took 2 years, 1498 to 1499. There you go. All right, a little off the wall on this next one. We're going to go back to 200 BC, but across the world. This was discovered in Xi'an, China. It is in the tomb of the first Qian emperor. Each figure is uniquely crafted with individual features. It represents a massive funerary art project to guard the emperor in the afterlife. Kind of hard to see right now. It's kind of dark with the purple flames. Very good. You guys do it. Let's see. So Happy's in the house, and I think Happy got it first. But clay arm, I like terracotta army better, so we'll give that one to Alex. Terracotta army I like better, but clay army is correct. Anyway, I think I told you the year. Did I tell you the year? Supposedly it took about 40 years to put this whole thing together. The warriors were originally painted in vibrant colors. Did you know that? Most of the pigments have faded over time. This was, I think I did tell you, 210 BC. 210 BC. There you go. King lessons. Next one's easy, except I'm going to make you get the artist. A gift from France to the United States. Did you hear they wanted it back? There was some politician in France asking for it back. Wanted us to ship it back to them. It stands as a symbol of freedom and democracy. It's located on Liberty Island in New York Harbor. Yes, of course. Rhombus got it first. Each soldier has a unique face to it? That sounds weird. Who knows the artist of this? Of the Statue of Liberty. Statue of Liberty. Or how about the year that it was made? Or the year they gave it to us? They sent it on a boat, I guess, a barge or something? How'd they get it here? A couple pieces probably, huh? The torch and tablet signify enlightenment and law. Inscribed with the date of the American Declaration of Independence. The statue's iron framework was designed by Mr. Eiffel, who also engineered the Eiffel Tower, of course. But that wasn't the artist. That wasn't the sculptor. There you go, King. King has the sculptor. Frederick Auguste Bartholdi. How was that? Did I pronounce that okay? I think so. All right, now we're going to do our raciest sculpture of the evening. Hope I don't get in trouble on YouTube. I think you can depict art on YouTube. A romantic and passionate marble sculpture by a master of realism. It depicts a tender embrace between two lovers. It's originally conceived as part of the Gates of Hell series. Another one that was part of the Gates of Hell. Wasn't the Thinker part of the Gates of Hell? The intertwined forms symbolize human connection and desire. Its lifelike quality makes it one of somebody's most beloved works. So who knows? Yes, Happy Mac. Happy Mac knows his porn. Who's the artist? Actually, it's an artist we've already had. It's his second piece of the evening. There you go, Happy. Rodin. Auguste Rodin. There you go. Nice. The Kiss, 1882. Part of the Gates of Hell. Looks like it might be part of the Gates of Hell, right? Leads us astray. All right, this is a fun one. This one does not exist anymore either. And it is also one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. It's a massive bronze statue of the sun god Helios. It stood at the entrance to the harbor of the Greek island of Rhodes. And it was destroyed by an earthquake after standing for only 54 years. The size and grandeur symbolized the city's power and resilience. So it looks like Alex more or less had it first. Rhombus has the exact correct answer. But I do think Alex probably had that first. Very good. The Colossus of Rhodes is correct, all the way back in 290 BC. Though the statue no longer exists, legends suggest it was over 100 feet tall, towering above ancient ships. There you go, Colossus of Rhodes. Very good. Maybe we're gonna have to do like the 7 wonders of the ancient world, 7 wonders of the modern world, and 7 things we think should have been wonders. That'd be 21. That'd be good. Now this next one's cool. Number 4. This is a good one. Let's see who knows it. It's a small yet famous bronze statue in Brussels, Belgium. Frequently dressed in various costumes throughout the year. Often interpreted as a symbol of irreverence and humor. It depicts a young boy urinating into a fountain basin. They frequently dress him in various costumes throughout the year. That's correct, Erwin. You are correct, Erwin. Oh, no, that's not the answer. Yeah. So, Alex, you're correct, more or less. And then I think that's a better Bullwinkle. That's a better answer. But everybody that says piss is correct. Anybody have any idea who the artist is? That's a challenge. The statue has been stolen several times throughout its history, but the city always replaces it. Oh, so people have versions of this at home. Well, it'd be a favorite thing of like a gangster to steal, right? Put it in his house. Jerome Duquesnoy the Elder. The Elder. There you go. All right, top 3. I think you know this one. Towering stone figures carved by the Rapa Nui people. Rapa Nui. Their long faces and heavy brows give a solemn, mysterious appearance. Often positioned to face inland, symbolizing guardianship. It's crafted from volcanic rock and positioned on ceremonial platforms called ahu. Ahu. So there's a name for this, though. There's a name for these. Anybody know the name of these? The Rapa Nui people made a skull. There you go, Stuart. What a complete answer. Some have red stone hats. I didn't know that. Known as pukao. Pukao. Over 900 Moai statues dot the island, with the largest standing around 33 feet tall. Moai of Easter Island. They're not sure the dates, but they're thinking around 1300 AD. But some people think it's before that. Some people think it's before that. Moai of Easter Island. 33 feet tall. That's what you look like, Arwen. That's like a perfect avatar. There is a emoji of Moai. All right, top two. I think you know this one. A painted limestone bust depicting the Egyptian queen, known for her elegantly elongated neck and serene expression. It was discovered in Amarna and currently housed in the Nice Museum in Berlin. Nice. Yeah. Well, okay, I need the official title. Oh, there it is. Rhombus has the official title. Bullwinkle had it first, but Rhombus had the correct answer. And Erwin with Cleopatra is wrong. I usually don't call out people that are wrong. That's not Cleopatra. Anybody have any idea who the artist is or the year? Because Nefertiti was quite a while ago. Nefertiti was way before Cleopatra. Way before. The bust detailed craftsmanship has made it an enduring symbol of Egyptian artistry. And yet Nefertiti, the bust of Nefertiti, the artist is Thutmose, and the year is 1345 BC. Wow. Way before Cleopatra. Number one, with a bullet. Universally regarded as the pinnacle of Renaissance sculpture. It represents David from the biblical tale of David and Goliath. I thought people weren't allowed to do nude statues between. This doesn't fit the story. This embodies human perfection, artistic mastery, and the ideal male form. There you go, Stuart. What a perfect answer. Originally placed in Florence's Piazza della Signoria, it captures the moment of calm before the battle, highlighting both strength and contemplation. So everybody knows the story, right? This is David of David and Goliath, and what did he use? Like what do you call those things? Slingshot. He's the slingshot to bring down the giant. Was the giant a Cyclops? I can't remember. Is he a Cyclops? I think he might have been a Cyclops. The statue's colossal size and anatomical precision make it one of the most admired sculptures in art history. Yeah. There you go. You made it. Yes, I like your spelling. Well, that brings us to the end of the regularly scheduled programming this evening. So sorry that some people had some internet issues. Hopefully, well, I don't think it was at my end. I usually can tell. They usually give me a little Wi-Fi signal thing, but you never know. You never know. So we do have a bonus round. If you guys want to do it, I'll let you know. It's one we've done about 3 months ago, and Stuart will appreciate it. It is the top 20 most consequential British monarchs. Top 20 most consequential British monarchs. So if you guys want to do that, I need another thumbs up. Otherwise, we'll say goodnight. I see one thumbs up. King's giving me a thumbs up. Oh, and there's Rhombus. Always count on Rhombus. Stewart's in. Okay. And King's going to give another thumbs up just in case. Very good. All right, guys. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let me find the file. Oh, let's see. What do I got? I got to go do this. All right. Here we go. All right, so I'm kind of thinking you know the rules. Robots do the painting, you do the guessing. I can use you with clues along the way. Top 20 consequential British monarchs. We're going to go way back in time for number 20. This king united several Anglo-Saxon kingdoms into a single realm. He secured a historic victory at the Battle of Brunanburh in 937 AD. He is known as the first king of the English. King Ethelred. Well, that might be one way to say it, but I have another way on my thing. Ethelred might have been something kind of like that. My robots tell me his name is Ethelstan, but it might be the same thing as what you're saying there, Stuart. Ethelstan. My spelling actually is the AE version, THELSTAN. But anyway, I think you got it. Ethelstan was a great patron of the church and education. His reign marked the foundation of what would become England. He issued some of the most comprehensive laws of the time. Okay. There you go. King's got it written down there. That's it. All right, number 19. This guy's got a more normal name. He was a key figure in the War of the Roses. His victory at Towton in 1461 solidified his claim to the throne. He restored order and prosperity after years of civil war. So we're talking about 1461. He's known for his towering stature and charismatic personality. Yeah, let's go. His marriage to Elizabeth Woodville caused controversy. You are correct, Stuart. You are correct. Shouldn't we use Roman numerals, however? Edward the IV. Edward the Fourth is correct. Edward the Fourth. He established the Council of the North to govern the northern regions more effectively. There you go. He didn't want to have anything to do with those Scots. Scottish! Anybody like golf? Anybody golfers out there? We got the Masters coming up tomorrow. The Masters. And that's played right down the road from me. Only about an hour and a half drive from my house. But you can't get tickets. Too hard. Number 18. His reign was overshadowed by a civil war called the Anarchy. He battled with Empress Matilda over the English crown. That doesn't sound that hard. He's known for his bravery, but criticized for being indecisive. He eventually negotiated a settlement to end the conflict. What I'll do this is. I don't see the. Oh, yeah, I think that is correct. Yes. Stephen of something. He is the grandson. No, his grandson was Henry II. This is Stephen of something. Despite turmoil, Stephen founded several abbeys and religious houses. I like that, Stephen of Cheshire. Solomon's in the house. But that's not correct. This is Stephen of Blois. Am I saying that right? Blois. There you go. Learn something every day on Retro Rocket Live. You know this one. Number 17. This king spent very little time in England during his reign. He is known for his bravery and military skill during the Third Crusade. He captured the Holy Roman Empire, and ransomed him for a huge sum. Oh, there you go. Captured the emperor, ransomed him. I thought he was on his side. Famous for defeating Saladin, but failed to retake Jerusalem. Yes, you are correct. Stuart, Richard the Lionhearted. It is Richard the First. Am I correct on that? Richard the First. Richard the Lionhearted. I think it's third. Robots say the first, but they have been wrong before. Richard was fatally wounded during a siege in France. Bummer, dude. His nickname reflects his reputation as a chivalrous warrior king. There you go. But he did fail to take Jerusalem. But he did beat Saladin. So, he's got all that. He's got all that going for him. All right, number 16. British monarchs is what we're doing. The first monarch to rule both England and Scotland. Scotland! He commissioned one of the most influential English Bible translations. He's known for his fascination with witchcraft, and he authored a book on the topic. That sounds a little dangerous. He guy's a witch. His reign saw the first permanent English colony in America. There you go. You guys know it. Yes, Richard was the first. So the robots were correct. What do you know? Knock on wood. Anybody know the number of this James? James was a scholar and wrote several books, including works on poetry and theology. And he was a witch. James the First. He reigned from 1603 to 1625. So right in that time when they were all involved in witches and stuff. Over in America, right? That was right before the Salem witch trials. There you go. James the First. Number 15. This gentleman is known as the Hammer of the Scots. He reformed English law and established parliamentary practices. His military campaigns in Wales led to the construction of massive castles. This guy was the castle builder. He oversaw the expulsion of Jews from England. 1290. He had that going for him. I'm correct. I need a number. You know, I always need a number. I need a name and a number. Preferably a Roman numeral. His legacy includes the famous stone used in coronations, the Stone of Scone. Cool. The Stone of Scone. Very good, King. Maddow had it first. King had it way before. And Stuart had it even before that. You guys all had two quick answers. I had to go scroll back up and get to the bottom of that. And Stuart had it first. Edward introduced the Statute of Westminster, a legal framework, a statute of Westminster, a legal framework still referenced today. Edward I reigned for all the way back in 1272. Wow. Number 14. I'll give you the reign. 1485 to 1509. Pretty long reign. The first monarch of the Tudor dynasty. His victory at Bosworth ended the War of the Roses. He married Elizabeth of York to unite warring factions. The gingerbread man. Oh, he was the king in the Braveheart movie. That's cool. So that was all the way back in 1200. Cool. Known for establishing England's finances and government, his reign began the centralization of the royal authority. This gentleman was meticulous about record keeping, which influenced modern governance. Correct you are. Correct you are. I guess Stuart had it first, but King has it as well. Henry VII reigned from 1485 to 1509, and he was meticulous. There you go. Hopefully we're still on the right one. Hopefully I didn't miss one. I don't think I did. Next one. They all look the same anyway. This gentleman succeeded his father, William the Conqueror. He's known for his fiery temper and authoritarian rule. He expanded royal control over the church and nobility. His mysterious death while hunting remains controversial. Never turn your back. Never turn your back. This is all the way back in 1087, this gentleman. And this guy even has a nickname. His nickname refers to his ruddy complexion. There you go. Stuart, do you know the number? You got everything except the number. It's not Dick Cheney. Kind of looks like Dick Cheney or sounds like Dick Cheney. Maybe it sounded like Dick Cheney. This is the guy who commissioned the building of Westminster Hall. And that's all the way back in 1087. Wow. Yeah, William II. And his name is Rufus. Rufus. Very good. That's him. King out of here. Take it easy, man. I missed you. All right. We're on to number 12. British monarchs. This king started the 100-Year War against France. Trouble causer. He revitalized chivalric culture. Chivalric. How would you say that? Chivalric culture at his court. Chivalric. Not sure how you pronounce that. Oversaw the founding of the Order of Garter. I know how to say Noah now. No, it's not Noir, it's Noah. His reign saw the rise of Black Death, which decimated the population. He's known for his victories at the battles of Crécy and Poitiers. This is, anybody know? Anybody know who this guy is? He had a staggering 12 children, many of whom played key roles in medieval Europe. So this is the guy that was around during the Black Death. And he's the one who started the 100-Year War. Well, it was Edward III, in case you were wondering. Next up, number 11, the Queen. This is the last Stuart monarch of England. She presided over the Act of Union in 1707, creating Great Britain. This is the Great Britain lady. She supported military victories during the War of the Spanish Succession. Mary Queen of Scots is incorrect. I like that, though. Known for her personal tragedies, including the loss of all of her children. She couldn't take care of the kids. Oh, there's a lot of jokes there, I'm sure. She was a significant patron of architecture and the arts. Well, she's got that going for her. Stuart, you are correct. This is Queen Anne, 1702 to 1714, so her reign was relatively short. Anne was instrumental in the development of Blenheim Palace for the Duke of Marlborough. Duke of Marlborough. Queen Anne. There she is. We are down to the top 10 British monarchs of consequence. Most consequential British monarchs. This gentleman was the longest reigning British monarch before Queen Victoria. So Queen Victoria beat him, but he reigned from 1760 to 1820. His reign included the loss of the American colonies. Who lost the colonies? He suffered from periods of mental illness later in life. His dedication to farming earned him the nickname Farmer. This isn't George Washington, but you are close. You are close to the correct answer, Stewardess. This is the crazy guy, and he's known for being the guy during the American Revolution, right? George III amassed a vast collection of books that became the foundation of the British Library. George III, Crazy George, Farmer George. I guess that was what he was really called, right? Farmer George. You probably weren't supposed to call your king crazy in England. Great Britain. It wasn't Great Britain yet, though, was it? The Queen Anne made it Great Britain in 1702. So, yes, it was Great Britain. Number 9. Known as the Merry Monarch for his love of the arts and culture, he restored the monarchy after the English Civil War and that damn Oliver Cromwell's rule. Damn Oliver Cromwell. He supported the rebuilding of London after the Great Fire in 1666. He signed the secret Treaty of Dover with France. You are correct, Stuart. His reign marked the flourishing of the restoration of literature and theater. Charles II is correct. Charles II founded the Royal Observatory in Greenwich. I'm sorry, it's called Greenwich. He dug up Oliver Cromwell, beheaded him, and put him on a spike in London. Well, that's cool. I knew that Oliver Cromwell didn't go over well. They were tired of that insurrectionist. Charles II. All right, we're down to number 8. Yeah, this is her. First queen, regnant. What is a queen regnant? What's regnant mean? First queen regnant of England attempted to restore Catholicism to England. She married Philip II of Spain in a political alliance. She earned the nickname Bloody Mary for her persecution of Protestants. Her reign was marked by significant religious upheaval. This is Bloody Mary. Anybody remember Mary's number? Bloody Mary. Mary commissioned the reintroduction of coinage featuring her likeness. Very good. Regnant means she reigned on her own. Oh, very good. I always kind of wondered that. Good to know. Mary, Queen of Scots. I don't think this was the Mary, Queen of Scots, right? This is just Mary the First. This is Bloody Mary. She's the one who persecuted the Protestants. She married a Spaniard. All kinds of things going for her. All right. You guys know this one, I think. This is the Duke of Normandy before he became the King of England. And he's the one who led the Norman conquest and won the Battle of Hastings all the way back in 1066. He's the one who commissioned the Domesday book. I was going to say Doomsday book, but I don't think that's it. To assess England's wealth. Oh, that's the first one I tried to add up what they're worth. It's cool. He reorganized English society and governance under Norman rule. Yes. William the Conqueror. William the Conqueror. And William the Conqueror was William number 1. William the First, the Conqueror. He built the iconic castles, including the Tower of London. And that's one of the most haunted places on the planet. We know that from another show. William's victory at Hastings is depicted in the famous tapestry. How do you say that tapestry? Bayeux tapestry. B-A-Y-E-U-X. Bayeux tapestry. There you go. Ned Stark. Kind of looked like Ned Stark. Kind of did. We're down to number 6. This is the founder of the Angevin Empire. Angevin Empire. I didn't know there was such a thing. Controlling vast territories in France. He strengthened royal justice through reforms like assize and clarendon. There's all kinds of weird words in there. His reign was marred by conflict with Thomas Becket. I know that name, Thomas Becket, the Archbishop of Canterbury. Known for his volatile relationships with his wife Eleanor and their children. He didn't get along with the family. His legacy includes the introduction of jury trials. This is the guy who created juries. Who knows who this guy is? Correct you are, Stuart. You got your British monarchs down. This guy reigned from 1154 to 1189. This is, like Stuart says, Henry II. Henry II. Henry II's disputes with his sons are what inspired Shakespeare's play called The Lion in Winter. I'm not real familiar with that story, but there was a movie about that, right? That won some awards. Richard Burton, Lion in Winter. I think so. Sounds familiar. Next up, number 5. Her reign lasted 63 years, making her one of the longest-serving monarchs in history. She became a symbol of British Empire at its height. This is the symbol. She married her cousin, Prince Albert, with whom she had 9 children. Correct you are, Stuart. Now, we all know what Prince Albert is famous for, right? He's famous for the gag of calling the convenience store and asking if they have Prince Albert in a can. I don't know. Is it a tobacco or is it chewing tobacco or something else on Prince Albert? I don't know. The joke. Her mourning after Albert's death influenced Victorian fashion and culture. Oh, so her mourning for Prince Albert became the style. Like that. Victoria survived at least 7 assassination attempts during her reign. So her and Trump have that going for them. Yeah. Do you have Prince Albert in a can? Let him out. Well, let him out. Something like that. It's the gag. I don't know. Number 4. Known as one of England's greatest warrior kings, he achieved a decisive victory at the Battle of Agincourt in 1415. Briefly united the crowns of England and France. His reign was 1413 to 1422. He is immortalized in Shakespeare's. He died unexpectedly at the age of 35, halting his ambitious plans. Well, yeah, well, that would put a kink in the plans, wouldn't it? He died at the age of 35. Who knows who this is? Close. You one off, Stuart. I think, unless the robots are wrong. They haven't been wrong yet. Henry's use of the English longbow at Agincourt revolutionized medieval warfare. So the longbow was first used effectively there. And it says he was Henry V. Henry V. Or Henry V. Which I think means the 5th. Not the 7th, the 5th. Reigned from 1413 to 1422. Warrior King. Well, we're doing the next one. You know this lady. She's known as the Virgin Queen. Doesn't really look like a virgin, but she never married. She presided over English Renaissance and flourishing Shakespeare works. She defeated the Spanish Armada. She's got that going for her, solidifying England's naval dominance. Her long reign provided stability after years of religious turmoil. One of England's most iconic and influential monarchs, she spoke multiple languages, including Latin, Greek, and French. And I imagine she spoke English. No, not Queen Victoria. This is the Virgin Queen. Queen Victoria was just a prude, but she wasn't a virgin. Correct you are, Stuart. Correct you are. This is the lady who beat the Spanish Armada. Elizabeth I. Queen Elizabeth. There you go. 2 more. And we're going to call it an evening. This one's pretty famous. He's famous for 6 marriages. And he happens to be the one who founded the Church of England. He oversaw the dissolution of monasteries, which reshaped English religion and land ownership. He's known for his athleticism and interest in music and art in his youth. Correct you are. Correct you are. Stuart and Rhombus. Very good. His reign included major naval and military reforms. He transformed England into a modern, centralized state. Henry VIII wrote the song Pastime with Good Company, still performed today. He's a composer, who knew? And he's the one who chopped his wife's heads off, right? Or maybe only two of them. Speaking of Mary Quick Scots. Oh no, that was Anne Boleyn. And her ghost. Her ghost is in the Tower of London. Anne Boleyn. She walks around with her headless ghost. Something like that. Anyway, number one. This is the only English monarch to be called the Great. He successfully defended England against Viking invasions. He promoted education and translated key texts into Old English. He established a system of fortified towns known as burhs. 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 He laid the foundation for the eventual unification of England. This is the other one. I don't know. Was he also called that King Atheron? Maybe. But that's not the name I'm looking for. I'm looking for the name Stuart has on the board. King Alfred the Great. King Alfred the Great. He reigned all the way back in 870. So he was even before the Alfredistan. 871 to 899. Alfred's educational reforms helped preserve much of Anglo-Saxon literature. There you go. Alfred the Great. There he is. We made it. Anybody remember any of those? Stuart did. I think Stuart just knows them. All right. Well, I thought that was a pretty balanced evening. The internet was a little slow, but you got to live with that kind of stuff sometimes. What does Anglo-Saxon actually mean? I don't know. Well, Saxons were somebody, and Anglo is kind of like white guys. I don't know. Stuart, what does Anglo-Saxon mean? Do you know? Like the core meaning? I'm not sure. Saxons were people. Like Viking people or something, right? I don't know. Something like that. Yeah, Stuart dominated the bonus round. You guys surprised me on the sculptures. You guys knew most of the sculptures. That wasn't bad. Wasn't bad at all. All right. Well, we got a slow internet tonight, so I think we'll call it an evening. Feel free to give me suggestions. We will definitely be back on Sunday evening with something new. We'll try to, I don't know if we'll do a theme or maybe we'll do a marathon. You guys around on Sunday? I need a thumbs up or down on are you guys around on Sunday? I don't know who's left in the house. Stuart, Rhombus, Solomon, you guys are around. You guys around on Sunday night? If you are, maybe we'll do a marathon on Sunday. Zephyr's up for the marathon. Very good. Well, we'll see. Maybe a mini marathon. If you're not dead, well, hang in there, man. Take some vitamins. I need you to last till then. What do you think of the idea of making it a drinking game? Maybe one night we'll do that. Maybe there'll be some reason to have a drinking game. I was certainly happy that our American stock market came back today. My IRA appreciates it. Hopefully that'll all get itself worked out. Oh, you got hurt, huh? That's a bummer. Sorry to hear that. Well, hope you stay on the mend. Stay on the mend. All right. Well, maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll do the Sunday marathon. All right, guys. Well, as always, super appreciate you coming out and hanging out with me. And we will see you on Sunday. Hasta la vista.